Now we get to our actual wild card picks. DeMonze, I'm going to tell you right now, the first two I don't feel great about.
Okay.
But I pick every game. My dream of going 13-0 in a playoffs stays alive, at least until the games kick off. The first two I don't feel great about. Give me the first one.
Your first one's Cleveland -2.5 at Houston.
Okay, I really don't like taking a road favorite, and I really don't like going with the worst quarterback. So you might say, why would I not take Houston? I do not think Houston's front is going to be able to block Cleveland's front. And Houston, if you can, because of their wide receiver injuries, if you can take away Nico Collins, and I think Jim Schwartz's defense is going to be able to, you can make that offense grind to a halt. So you have a Cleveland team that is rested because they sat everyone of importance in Week 18 against a Houston team coming off a massive emotional win that they maybe got a little lucky on at the end. I don't love it, but I'll take Cleveland -2.5 in round one at Houston. And so that's where I'm at on that. DeMonze, the next one. And I'll tell you why I don't feel great about the next one.
Kansas City -4.5 versus Miami.
Okay, here's why I don't love this one. Because I'm just getting a terrible number. This line opened at 1.5. Instantly got bet up to 2.5, 3. And now, as the weather reports have come out throughout the week and more Miami injury reports, the line has creeped all the way to 4.5. So, as the show makes fun of me for, though, while I don't always bet on the Chiefs, if I bet a Chiefs game, it is always on the Chiefs. I never go against them in these spots. I also think Miami is going to be too cold to play football. I don't think they're prepared for these elements, and I think the elements are going to play a major factor in a number of games this weekend. I think the Chiefs resting last week is super helpful. Miami's obviously playing its worst football of the year. Mahomes is, without exaggeration, the greatest statistical playoff quarterback of all time. He is first all time in winning percentage, completion percentage, yards per game, passer rating, touchdown interception ratio. I think Miami is, while the Chiefs' offense is not great, Miami's defense is so banged up. I think the Chiefs' offense could look good against them, and I don't love swallowing the full 4.5 points, but I will. My Kansas City -4.5 against Miami, and they're the home team. They're the better team. They're playing better as of late. Next.
You've got Pittsburgh +10 at Buffalo. Feel good about that one, huh?
It's just, well, it's just way too many points for what's going to be a wind snowstorm. I mean, there's going to be a foot of snow. There's going to be massive winds. It's just too many points for a game played in those conditions. And so
You see that game
could
in
Buffalo
like
blow them out?
21-13?
No. I mean, I think more likely it's like 13-6 is more likely. Right. And not 6 because of 2 field goals, 6 because of a touchdown by Pittsburgh and a missed extra point. Like, I mean, these conditions are going to be brutal. But Buffalo, oddly, is not as good as you would expect in terrible conditions given where they play. Also, we know Tomlin as an underdog is unbelievable. Josh Allen hasn't covered 7 straight games as a double-digit favorite. And Josh Allen is always over. Josh Allen's 2-6 against the spread in his playoff career. He's always overvalued come the postseason. I'm getting the better coach. And you can't say the better defense because TJ Watt's out for the game. But I'm getting the better coach and a team that wants to run the ball in these terrible conditions. I will take the 10 points. Next.
Dallas -7.5 versus Green Bay. I got to tell you, this one's kind of disrespectful. But so
what's disrespectful?
They got Jordan Love on Green Bay. He's good.
I like Jordan Love. Yeah, but the Cowboys are going to score 38 points. So can Jordan Love in his first playoff start ever break 30? That's what he's going to need just to cover, because the Cowboys are scoring 38 points in this game. The Cowboys offense at home against that brutal Green Bay defense and Joe Barry coordinating it, no chance. So the Cowboys are going to move the ball at will. A bit of a revenge spot. Mike McCarthy, the team that fired him. Dak, chip on his shoulder that he at least should be in the MVP conversation instead of it just being handed to Lamar. All those things. The Cowboys getting the exact draw that they want. This is my second favorite bet of the weekend. The first 3 games of the 6 games this weekend, I am least confident in Cleveland -2.5 against Houston. I am next least confident Pittsburgh +10 at Buffalo. And I am next as far as, confidence level, Kansas City -4.5 against Miami. The last 3 games are the 3 games I like the most. Dallas -7.5 against Green Bay is my second favorite bet of the weekend. I understand the Cowboys are 3-12 against the spread in the playoffs in their last 15 games. And
Cowboys over is literally 37.5. I don't know if you had already known that. But
no, it's not. There's no chance that it is. That's got to be at plus a bunch of money.
Oh, Cowboys total in the game?
Yeah, the Cowboys. No, the Cowboys scoring over 37.5 points is plus 265 is what it is.
Oh,
so
copy.
The Cowboys
Sorry,
team total is plus 2 over. If I'm right, what he's saying is if I'm right, I can get them plus 265 on that. My guess is the Cowboys' actual projected total for the game is 29.5, 30.5. That would be my. I mean, I can look. I don't have to guess. I can just look, or go ahead and Daniel, just put it in the doc for us so we can see what their actual team total is. 30.5. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that makes sense. All right, Demonte, the next one, because this is my favorite bet of the weekend.
You got the Rams +3 at Detroit. Gonna be a good game. Revenge game.
I don't know about that. Who's got the better coach? The Rams. Who has the better quarterback? The Rams. Who has the better defense? The Rams. Now that Laporte is out, who has the better skill position guys? The Rams. Aside from offensive line, what is one edge the Lions have? They don't have one. The wrong team's favored. The Rams right now, of course. Yeah, I mean that is an obvious edge. But you don't get the home field edge of like, oh, and now the Rams got to play in the elements. It's a dome team, obviously. I think that the Rams right now, I think the Rams are the 5th best team in the NFL. Right now, the only teams I would have ahead of the Rams are the Chiefs, Cowboys, Ravens, and Niners. I think the Rams right now are better than Buffalo. They are just as hot as Buffalo, by the way. They've won 7 of 8. Their one loss was an overtime loss to Baltimore. The team's healthy and playing great. So I love the Rams in this spot. All right, so that's my favorite bet of the weekend. My second favorite bet is the Cowboys -7.5, and then number 3 is this. Go ahead, Demonte.
Tampa, the spiteful bet is what we're going to call it. Tampa Bay +3 versus Philly.
I mean, listen, I don't like how Tampa looked in Week 18, and Baker's clearly hurt, so that's not good. But Philly is, right now, this moment, Philly's a bottom 5 team in the NFL. They have the worst defense of any playoff team. Their quarterback is banged up and not playing well. Their coach doesn't know what he's doing, and both of their star wide receivers are hurt. Like, what does Philly do well right now? And people are like, the tush push. Well, you got to get to 3rd and short or 4th and short for that. The defense can't stop anyone. Patricia doesn't know what he's doing. Tampa, now because Tampa's far from a great team, they're barely even a good team, and their quarterback's hurt, you're nervous about this spot. But Tampa +3, come on. And so I love Tampa. I shouldn't say I love. I really like Tampa in this spot. But the Rams +3, Dallas -7.5, Tampa +3 are my 3 favorite bets. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.